Welcome to 4-H Shooting Sports, shooting better scientifically. We're excited to have you here today to talk about something way bigger than ourselves.
The science and magic of developing champion kids. Here we go.
So as we start thinking about something way bigger than ourselves, we have a question for you, and you can either unmute and answer or you can put it in the chat. Which type of food are you most likely to donate to your local food bank? Chandra, what's your answer? What do you tend to donate when you donate to food drives?
Canned items.
Canned items. I typically do soups. I like how the whole nutrition package is there. They have those great sales as winter is coming on. What are we hearing from other people, Scott?
Peanut butter is on the list.
Nice. That has to be a kid favorite.
Boxed items, cereal, canned goods, soups, pastas, canned sauces, pastas, macaroni, dry goods.
So when we tend to donate to a food drive, there might be a lot of different reasons. We might do it because there's simply a sign there that says, will you donate? And you say yes. Or maybe you've met a child when you are doing mentoring at the local school. Or maybe there's a family that you know their house just burnt down and that they're going to be accessing the food bank. No matter what, it's really about being aware of something bigger than yourself and other people. And so as we go through today's lesson on Transcendent Awareness, these are the success markers that you'll end up seeing on the lesson plan. So you have an idea where we're going. And of course, we always start with the expect to see. That's kind of at a minimum. Let's see the kids do this. And then the love to see is like, wow, at a maximum, wouldn't this be great if our kids did this? So Chandra, when you look at these, what's standing out to you on our today's success markers?
Well, I am excited that we have another chance to do this and help youth throughout the country get excited about donating to their local food bank and learning about food insecurity. I'm also especially excited about this Cereal for All group that we're going to introduce you to later.
Absolutely. And of course, we want to introduce our youth to that. We want to introduce our club leaders to that. And so you'll see that Transcendent Awareness is going to end in this idea of not only doing a 4-H food drive, but participate in a nationwide food drive, something bigger than us again. That theme will just keep coming up. I'm Tammy Stewart. I am one of your hosts for today, 30 plus year 4-H leader, and excited to serve as one of the coordinator trainers for the National 4-H Shooting Sports Program and locally in my Nebraska community. And ma'am, who are you?
And I am Chandra Plate. I am the 4-H Shooting Sports Specialist in the state of Kansas. I'm also serving on the National 4-H Shooting Sports Committee. Scott?
And we also have our moderator. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Scott Stewart. I have the honor of serving as the National 4-H Shooting Sports Committee coordinator, program coordinator, and am very happy to be here and help moderate this. And I'm the guy behind the scenes while these two wonderful ladies continue to educate and bring this professional development opportunities to all of them.
Thank you for moderating for us. So we keep talking about this big thing that's bigger than us. And if you look over at the flower on the thriving model, go down to where the stem is, and you'll see where it says Transcendent Awareness. And we know that if youth are thriving in their life, that transcendent awareness is one of those qualities that they're exhibiting in a way that is making the world better. Chandra, how do you personally describe transcendent awareness when you're working with your 4-H staff and volunteers in Kansas?
It's that ability to look outside yourself and see needs and see how you can perhaps help meet those needs because you are aware of the things that are going on outside your own personal life.
And when you have transcendent awareness, the life skills that we chose for today became pretty easy. So again, these are off of the Iowa Targeting Life Skills Model. So check that out if that's something new to you. But service learning is coming up in here because we want people to be not only aware of something bigger than them, but that they feel like they could actually change something. They could impact somebody else's life. And the other life skill?
Empathy. So learning to understand and share the feelings that other people are having. And in this particular case, the feelings that maybe those hungry classmates might be having.
Right. One of the things that I loved about what you'll see on the lesson plan is that it took empathy beyond sympathy, and it talked about that. And yes, we want people to be more aware, but in the shooting sports world, a lot of times there's some competition, and empathy might not be there for the winner if I'm third, fourth, 10th, 100th place. And so empathy isn't just about those that don't have what you have, but it's also about being able to congratulate somebody that has what you don't have. And so I like that idea that we're going to be able to experience feelings in both types of situations. So why cereal? When you look, sorry, I have to keep down my shooting range here. When you look at a box of cereal, it will tell you the nutrition facts here on the side. And there's a couple of reasons why cereal is a really good choice for a food bank. Number one, it's going to have things like iron added, and iron helps the blood flow in your body and is really important in that way. Yes, there's in it maybe be sugars and things like that added that you normally wouldn't want added to a food, but I didn't need it to taste good. But it's going to give you the nutrition facts, and it's all encompassing. And although we often want to add milk, you don't have to add milk to still get the nutritional benefits. And when we do the Cereal for All program, they also have a lot of information about why, as youth, they decided to do the Cereal for All program. The shooting range is falling over here. Sheila, do you have anything to add about why we chose cereal?
Cereal has a lot of vitamins that might be missing in a lower cost diet. And so that's another reason. So the nutritional value is very important. Also, what do kids tend to really like to eat? Most youth will eat cereal, especially if they need something quick. So cereal is a good choice for youth a lot of the time.
Yeah. And it's easy to transport. You don't need a can opener. You don't need muscles to open up a jar. It's pretty self-sufficient in that way. So one of the things that you'll be doing in this lesson with the youth is you are going to be looking about what is the poverty in your county. And so when you look at this map, you will find out that there is definitely poverty lists everywhere. But as I'm going to bring this out, I'm going to put a link in the chat. And what I want you to do is go ahead and pull up your county. Okay, I said I was going to do that, but we'll see if I can actually get it done here. I'm so sorry. I'm sharing too many screens is my problem. Okay. Okay, so I put a link in the chat. So what you want to do is you want to click on your state, and we want to know, and then once you click on your state, you should be able to click on your county. And we want to know, did you think the percentage of the average in your state for food insecurity would be higher or lower? So in this case, these are people that don't have access to 3 square meals a day. And so click on your state, click on your county. And let's see what happens. What are we hearing? Shamra, I'm gonna let you talk about this because I need to mute for a minute.
Okay, so when you first got to the state and you were able to go to that Feeding America site where you clicked on the big picture of the United States, when you hovered over that, it showed you what the information about your state is. Now, if you will go to click on your state and then go to your county and look at it and see what the answer is. I live in Ellis County, Kansas, and it says that 53% of the people in Ellis County, Kansas are below the SNAP threshold of 130% poverty, meaning food insecurity, affects over 50% of the people in my county. Anybody else want to share what you found? You can type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and just shout it out.
Go ahead.
Jasper County, Missouri, we're 56% below the threshold,
Wow.
130% poverty. I was surprised.
It is, it's kind of shocking and surprising, isn't it? Who else had unmuted at the same time and wanted to share?
We're 68% below SNAP. And
Wow.
that is surprising for me, given the area that we're in our closeness to Ohio and Pennsylvania, and the high employment rate here. 32% above and 68% below.
Wow.
Bryant County, Oklahoma is 57% below. Hall County, Nebraska is 64% below.
And to give perspective to that, why did you bring up Hall County, Scott?
Because it was put in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the national championships are, and right next to where we live, actually. So, and then we've got Larimer County in Colorado is 67% below. So there's a lot of our counties are at least 50%, half or more, it looks like, are below that SNAP threshold.
So there's not there's a lot of families that aren't necessarily eligible for benefits for food, but yet at the same time live below the threshold that they have 3 meals a day. And I don't even think we're talking 3 square meals a day. I'm pretty sure it's 3 meals. So kind of interesting times looking at that. So now that you kind of see that map and how it works, so you can see, let's see how this lesson plays out. And so Chandra is going to take on the lead of the 4-H leader. I'm going to take on the youth, which means I get a shoot today.
Are we going to put the lesson up, Tammy, or do I need to pull it up?
Coming up right now.
All right, perfect.
So again, just a reminder, the Transcendent Awareness definition is at the top. Those life skills we've covered, your success markers are all there, the objective that we're covering today, and then everything that you need to prepare is right here. And she had reminded me that we needed a little key here, that the words in bold help you know what to say, where the ones not in bold are directions that you take as the leader. All right, are you ready to go?
Let's go. So what happens to your brain and body when you are hungry?
My brain just thinks about what I want to go eat, and my body makes just like wants a nap.
Yeah, feels tired. So how do you think that affects your shooting?
It's harder for me to concentrate on the target because I like keep looking at the door to see if people are bringing in Dairy Queen or Runza or what they're bringing in for practice, because they were probably running as late as I was.
Yeah, that makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
So
does.
what happens to your brain and body when you have eaten junk food instead of healthy food?
Oh, like those cookies I grabbed on my way to practice.
Yeah, like
Um,
when you eat cookies,
yeah.
nothing else.
Like I don't want to do prone position tonight at practice because my belly's kind of swollen.
Oh. How do you think eating junk food affects your shooting?
If I'm on my sugar high, I'm probably pulling the trigger too fast or too soon and not concentrating. And if I'm on my sugar drop from the cookies, then I'm probably just not even aiming where I'm supposed to be at.
It affects you that much. Wow. So why is cereal something that would be good to provide for those in need of food, people who don't have food at home, or kids who depend on the school lunch program for their only healthy meal that day?
Well, assuming it's not a sugary cereal, that would be really helpful. That would have been a better choice for me to grab before I grabbed the cookies running out to practice tonight. So yeah, there's probably a lot more nutrition there.
Hey, very good. Yeah, there's vitamins and minerals in those cereals that are they're fortified with those vitamins and minerals. Okay, let's look at this map about how many households in our state don't have enough food for 3 meals a day. This is known as food insecurity. What do you notice about the map? So that's when you will pull up the map and let you hover over your county. And what do you notice about the map, Tammy?
Well, I noticed in Nebraska that like not every county is the same to start with. Yeah. Did you want to ask me question 5?
Yes. Do you think our county has more or less households who are food insecure than the state average?
Oh, I think that my county is gonna have a lot less because we have like a lot of stuff that aren't very well fixed up and they're missing shingles and things like that. So they probably don't have enough food for they probably don't have enough food either besides shingles for their house.
Okay. So let's look at your county data and see what the map says.
So it says that there are 67% of people that don't have enough food in my county for 3 meals a day. Wow. That's like 67 out of every. I wonder if that's like the number of houses or the number of people. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Like, that's like, if you think of all the kids in my school, there's only 150 of us. That means like there's what, 90 some kids that don't have 3 meals. Ooh, I should share some food.
Exactly. So why would you help others who don't have enough food? You've already said that, but
Well, because like the girl that sits beside me in English class, like she sits there and falls asleep, and then the teacher gets mad at her, and then the teacher's upset because she's fallen asleep and she takes it out on us. And so, like, if I helped her get food, maybe our English teacher wouldn't be so mad at her falling asleep.
yeah, very good. So how could you help these people get food? How could you help with food insecurity in your county?
I can make sure that like they know like when the food truck is here on that first Saturday of the month, so they know to go pick it up. We had to help serve that for our confirmation class, and they keep asking us to come back. I think I probably should go back and help with that food distribution.
Awesome. So you already know about some food distributions that are happening, and now you know how you can help with that. Awesome. That's really a good solution. So we're going to do a fun activity that will help us focus on cereal. Let's start by taking out your targets for the day. So
I have my silhouettes.
okay. And we are going to attach, glue or tape a piece or pieces of cereal to the target. So you may attach those to your target. And then, so that's done, right? All right.
Yep, my silhouette range. What we're
There we
shooting tonight,
go.
an air pistol.
All right. So now we're going to have fun breaking the cereal. So we are going to watch Tammy put on her safety glasses and use her little Nerf pistol, and see if she can break the cereal.
And in this case, I'm doing silhouette, so I'm going to see if I can knock
So
him
she's
over.
knock over the cereal box.
Ready, target number 1, Cheerios. Oops,
Oh.
I wasn't hanging onto the right part of the gun. Better range safety. Okay, load up. Cereal box number 2, Honey Nut Cheerios. Who's scoring this? Okay, maybe this is
Scott
practice.
is.
Okay, so I can get 1 of 3. Target number 3, Crispix. Almost.
Almost.
It kind of fell over, just didn't fall.
Close. It kind of got stopped, didn't it?
It did. I had the Cheerios too high. Need to reset my silhouette range.
So that was really fun, wasn't it?
That was a
Were
lot of
you
fun.
able to shoot the cereal, Tammy?
Well, I was able to shoot it. I didn't knock the boxes over.
So did you need a coach's help or guidance to break the cereal? Well, you weren't really breaking the cereal, but to knock the boxes over, would you have needed a coach's guidance or help?
I probably should have had a coach's guidance in setting up the range, so I didn't have the stand underneath the Cheerio box. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I put a stand here that stopped everything from falling over.
Okay, yeah, very good.
Is the range clear?
Yes, the range is clear. So think about if you didn't have enough food to eat, what would you need help in getting food?
Yeah, I would. I mean, like I have my church and stuff that I said that's the food drive. So like those people would help me. But yeah, I mean, as a kid, if my parents don't have the food, I would need help.
So just like sometimes we need coaching or assistance when we're struggling in shooting, other people sometimes need assistance in finding food. There is a group of youth who wanted to help solve the problem of food insecurity, and they started an organization called Cereal for All. Let's go to their website and see what that's about.
Do you want me to go there? Or should we skip that for now?
We could go there real quickly so they can just kind of see what it's all about if you're able to. I'm not, because I only have one screen here today, but
No, I can't. I just need to switch out screens. New share. Cereal for All. Here we go. So the Cereal for All website that you see here shows what has been done. But I think the most important part of this is the team. And the team was youth. And so it's young people who founded this, serve on the advisory board for it, and they're all across the nation. And how awesome would it be if our 4-Hers took their leadership skills that they learned and actually went and took them outside the thriving model, contributing to more community success of these food drives. So that's the part that I think is definitely worth highlighting with your clubs. And then probably some of the other things like their gallery that show some of the success and some of the pictures to give them ideas of what they want to be doing. This could also be when we're about to break into groups for brainstorming. You could also have them pull this up and look at it too if you guys have access to the internet. So, and you can show even here, like how 3 people made a difference, or how tons of people here made a difference. But there's cereal for all and the mission. And then it also gives you a place to report if you do the love to see of the success markers.
Awesome. That is an exciting youth opportunity that we didn't know about before. So it was neat to find that, huh? Thank you, Tammy, for finding that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get the lesson plan pulled back up here.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're right
So
here.
break into groups of 3 and brainstorm ways to collect cereal for the local food bank and come up with ideas of who you could partner with to make this happen. So this is where you let them brainstorm. And then you'll bring them back together and set your dates and make your plan of how you're going to have or collect the cereal. And then you get to the debrief. How did collecting food to help other people make you feel, Tammy?
Collecting food and planning to collect food made me feel like I could make a difference, that I could actually help other people in my community in a way that I didn't know I could help before.
Very good. What was your highlight from the collection of cereal?
Seeing the celebration and the teamwork that our club put together, that we could come together and all make an impact.
And what was your insight?
That there are a whole lot more people in my community that need help with finding 3 meals a day than what I realized. And some of them sit beside me right at school.
Exactly. So last night I came across a reel, and we all love reels, right? A reel that had it was a school that did cereal boxes, and they set them all up like dominoes. And they did this for a school food drive project. They set them all up like dominoes and throughout the hallway, and then they tipped the dominoes, and all of the boxes tipped over all the way through the school. And it went on and on and on and around corner after corner of hallways. It was really fun. So that's just one of the ways that you can help your youth celebrate, is when they get all of their boxes together, they could do a neat domino tip. So
Absolutely. Or a Nerf gun shoot.
there you go.
Want to use like pellets or anything to be shooting at cereal. That might what do they call that? Like when you harvest a deer and there's shot left in the meat. We don't want that to happen.
Right.
We do want to show you on the lesson plan that this is where you'll go to report the results in pictures and things like that. It's much like when we did this a year ago, that same form, but we really want this to grow and show the impact that we can have as a nationwide program. And so tomorrow night, our ambassadors are actually doing this lesson, and then they're going to come up with a plan of how they can get clubs across Nebraska to really promote this. So think about how not only can you do this in your club, but how can you get more clubs in your state to do it? And then it reminds you to do your results at Cereal for All too. So here's also the resources. So there's a map there that if you're going to print one off versus the big green one that we saw, if you don't have access to the internet or to a projector or a screen that you'd be able to show your whole club, you could use this map. And then just pull up your own county statistics and bring those with. And there's all the links again here, as well as the links about the thriving and about how to build empathy and what is more on transcendent awareness is all a part of the lesson plan. So that is the lesson for today. Let's take questions, comments, ideas. What's on your mind?
Tammy?
Yeah.
Have we ever tried to do this at nationals? asking
Um,
each state to bring X number of boxes of cereal?
So Nancy's talking about the National 4-H Shooting Sports Championships. And we have not, but that with you asked Shannon and I what our expect to see, like to see, love to see is, that's definitely part of our love to see.
I mean, I could see that in the big gathering lining the arena with those cereal boxes
Absolutely.
and watching them go down.
Absolutely.
And I would be more than willing to help with that.
I think that's a great idea. National Committee already has their agenda set for February, but that might be something to be proposing here in the future.
Other things that are on your mind today about 4-H shooting sports?
Amy, should I stop recording so people can feel more free to just open up?
Yeah, thanks everybody for
Sure.
joining us today, and we'll go into our second